Okay, it's January 30th, Friday, so not only the end of the week, but the end of the month. So hope everybody was a profitable month. And the room was kind of interesting. Wouldn't you say, George?
Yeah, they were trying to finish off a little bit of upside, and we'll go over it. But I think the ultimate play was just not do a lot today. Yeah, again, decent movement, but at the same time, it has to be logical, right? Like if it's not logical, then what are you doing?
Yeah, I was talking
But
to one of our traders, and I said, very rarely does it not finish at least one scenario. And today was one of those where it just kind of, it had already done it pre-market, I guess, that one scenario over there.
yeah, because we had pre-market exactly. So I guess we can start here with the ES. ES had two scenarios to the upside,
Can you blow that
and
chart up?
yes, so it,
Blow that chart up. Yeah.
yes. Yeah, I can. It make it a lot easier. So I guess we could even go back and check in from yesterday. So we had all these upside targets, and voila, there they were. Um, so yeah, today's was a pre-market scenario that played out and finished at 7 o'clock. Yeah. So by 7:05 in the morning, it was already done, and then all we had left was the remaining scenario to the upside, kind of a second scenario. But here we were, sadly, 9:30. So here's our opening bar right here. And I'll even expand this and blow it up and make it real legible. All right. So here's our 9:30 bar right here. And as you can see, and this is really part of the discussion in the room this morning, was that there's not going to be a lot to do here, folks. We have already completed the pre-market scenario and we're in the middle of it. We're smack dab, like right on, what was target two of that move. So the statement of the room was really simple. We have got to come down way further to the downside to even think about buying. And so here at 9:30, well, pre that 8:55 in the morning, I started posting what those levels were to the downside. They were there's if I just here I could probably circle them just for the sake of the conversation. But they were right here at the decision point was the most aggressive. I had said if you don't want to take the most aggressive, then take the nominal entry, which is down here at the expected low. Of course, it hit that one dead on. And if you want to be real conservative, just don't do anything until this thing comes way back here. So otherwise, just there wasn't much to do because again, we'd already kind of completed everything. Now we did take one short. So literally, my entire day, it's the same thing I outlined for the folks in the room. It's the same thing I personally did. There was one short right here at the has to hold, which did, like you can't see it in a 5-minute chart. Who was that? Ryan, I think. I think he was the one that took it alongside me. But as this thing committed down a little bit lower, I said, okay, you're going to get a chance to take it short from the has to hold. And sure enough, it hit this thing pretty much dead on initially, dropped down, I think right back to the 9:30 bar. So it was good. It was good for like 7, 8, 9 points real fast, like real fast. And so that was my only trade the entire day because I was just done by like noon. I was out of here. So yeah, there's not going to be a whole lot to the kind of cover other than the fact that it didn't change anything. Price is price, levels are levels, and we had said what we had said. Like if you just don't want to do anything, get caught up in the mix of all this, just wait for this thing to come back here to the decision point. And sure enough, I don't know, were you around for this at noon?
Um, no, I don't think I was watching then.
Okay. Yeah, I was already out and about. I had appointments. But either way, I guess this is very telling for the rest of the folks that are tuning in is that we can't time the market. That's nearly impossible to tell you when it's going to happen, but price is price. And we laid this stuff out hours. So 8 o'clock in the morning, it finally hit that level, yeah, at 1:30. So hours ahead of time. And it finally got there and it just shot straight up. So price is price. It is what it is. I don't get to control when it actually happens. is the end story there. And then kind of in the same respect on the NQ, a lot of the exact same storyline. It also had early pre-market move. Again, where's the 930? Here's the 930 open. So again, we're kind of in the mix of things. We did get one swing at the NQ here when it came back to test the decision point. So that was fine. It held the hurdle. This was actually really nice. This was a good long. So it held the hurdle that we'd given down at 71, shot straight back up to the has to hold. So again, great for some quick points. And then after that, it was the same story. Like, it's not committing. It's not going. It did actually get there, though. Yeah, it did. It got to the target of the second scenario. So we did achieve that, even in the regular session.
Right.
And then here we go. Same thing. It was the exact same thing. I told everybody, I was like, again, it's just not committing. So here's your option. As I leave, you can wait for it to either come back to the decision as the most aggressive, or if you want to be super conservative, wait for it to come back to the has to hold. And voila, there she is. Price is price. Let it do its thing sometimes and just get in when it gets there. So.
Yep. Not sure there's much more to say. It's,
There's just not. There's not much to say today.
Yep.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes.
Yeah. Which is fine. Like, I don't know. Days like today, it teaches you patience, if nothing else. If we don't have anything, we don't have anything. I'm not going to just call out numbers for the sake of calling out numbers. It's not going to help somebody. What's that guy on the, what is it, Squawk Box or something? What's the guy? Oh, Kramer. Buy. Sell. I'm like, bro, I would go completely out of my mind. I've been in some of those trade rooms years ago where those folks are just like, okay, quick, get in now. I'm like, what do you mean get in now? For what? To what point? Where are we going? Like, whew, this is stressful. Like, no, just don't do anything. Just wait.
Yeah, I've definitely gotten a lot more patient with my trading, listening to you over the last year, 2 years now, I guess. It's been a while. Yeah,
it has been. Yeah, what, February, March? I think it's March. Come March, it'll be 2 years.
Yeah. Okay, everybody. Well, that's a wrap on the month. Monday we start off fresh month, fresh week, and we'll hope to see everybody in the room. We got a couple new people. Sounds like they're getting signed up for their one-on-ones. So again, if you want to come join the room, you do get a free one-on-one coaching session. I know lots of coaches that charge a couple $100 an hour, and George does the first one for free. So it's definitely a benefit.
Yep, I got three one-on-ones next week. Excellent. So, and it's the idea is really simple, guys. It's we're teaching our method. Okay, so I want you to understand what we are doing, and again, every single trade room has their own terminology, and that's fine. We're just trying to like give some sort of guidance as to like what are we talking about, and every trade room can be different in that respect, and that's totally okay. But yeah, the training set or the free one-on-one is just to help you guys understand like what are we talking about and how are we actually trading this. So it's good information, but if you don't know what we're doing, then it's super helpful.
Okay, George, have a good week and
all right, man.
Enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, have a great weekend. We'll see you next month.
Sounds good.